Mike Moore Media.
From time to time, we check in with our friends with the North Carolina Wildlife Commission. A reminder right up front to check out their Facebook page. Lots of good information there, NC Wildlife Resources Commission. And on the line with us right now is Kristofer Blakenship. He's new. He just recently graduated, and we wanted to get a little background from Kristofer, and then we'll talk about some boating and hunting things that are interest to a lot of folks right now. Hey, Kristofer, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing fine. Well, congratulations first, and I want to know maybe a little background on you, Kristofer, and how you are where you are today. Maybe your interest and passion and getting you connected there with NC Wildlife.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me again today. So I'm from Stanley County. I grew up in Albemarle. So I just graduated from our basic school. It's a 6-month-long training school. It started December 29th. It's a really long school, but it's a really informative and good school and a lot of good training. But after we do the school, we go into field training for 6 months, and I was assigned to Guilford County. So I work Guilford County, Rockingham County, and Randolph County, and I'll be here again for another 6 months.
Okay. Well, we're glad to have you in our area and wish you all the best. And you have to be interested in what you're doing to be there in that position. So is this something that hunting and boating and fishing and things like that maybe you've had an interest in for a while?
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't start hunting until probably middle school or high school. I didn't grow up with parents or grandparents that hunted a lot, so with the people I worked with, I grew up working on a farm, so I kind of got into hunting that way, and I, just did a lot of pond fishing, go out to the lake sometimes too. So it's something that, you learn every day, every time you go out. So I'm still learning, but it's something I really enjoy, being outside and making a difference.
Sure. Okay. Well, it's good to get acquainted here, Kristofer. Appreciate that. Well, I know the slogan right now we have is on the road, on the water, don't drink and drive. And here we are at the busy Labor Day holiday weekend, and you've got some tips for us out there on the water. Yeah,
absolutely. So again, this is kind of ending the 2021 On the Road, on the Water, Don't Drink and Drive campaign. So just a little bit of background on that. It's in combination with us, the Wildlife Commission, Highway Patrol, and then local agencies and Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And this is going to be the 11th year of it. So it's something that's really important. So we're going to be out patrolling for us on the water. So in 2020, last year, there were 29 boating fatalities. 8 of those had alcohol as a contributing factor, and then only 11 of those were wearing life jackets. So we're looking for impaired operators, and then we're going to be looking for safety equipment, things such as life jackets for everyone on board, fire extinguishers, and Type 4 throwables. We're also going to be looking, this is a state law, that children under 13 have to be wearing life jackets at all times if the vessel's underway and it's not anchored or tied to the shore or docked or anything like that. So we're going to be looking for children under 13, making sure that they're wearing their life jackets. And then if the boat operator is born after January 1st, 1988, that they have their boater education card. And then, again, just impaired operators.
Yeah, okay. Well, I believe you're looking at, you're concentrating your efforts here in 4 counties, and there are lots of bodies of water in these 4 counties, aren't there?
Yes, sir. Yep. We've been primarily working Jordan Lake and Blues Lake, and then there's a lot of the city lakes around Guilford that we've been working as well.
Okay. Now, this is statewide, though, isn't it? So you've got officers out there everywhere around the state.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that update. And I know where are we in the hunting season? I'm not a hunter, so I depend on you and the wildlife officers here in the state and the information I get as a media person to find out what's going on in the hunting world. I do get my I'm looking at my fishing and boating guide. I do get all the things from North Carolina Wildlife Commission, so I'm always looking at those, trying to get a little better educated. But where are we in the hunting season now? What's just finishing up and what's about to start?
All right, so Canada goose season came in September 1st, and then this Labor Day weekend will be the start of dove season, so September 4th. It'll be the first part of the dove season, so September 4th until October 2nd.
Okay. And what do we need to know about dove season?
Yeah, so before anybody goes out and hunts, we want to make sure that they have completed a hunter safety course. They have a hunting license, and then for any migratory game birds that they have their HIP certification, which is the Harvest Information Program. It's a free thing. You just have to go online, and it's a survey about the migratory game birds that you harvested the year prior to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So there really is some things that people need to do to prepare for this, it sounds like.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so for the shooting hours are going to be a half hour before sunrise to sunset. The daily limit for doves will be 15 doves. And you want to make sure that where you're hunting at, the area has not been illegally baited. Also, so you can only harvest migratory game birds with shotguns. So we want to make sure that the shotgun cannot be capable of holding more than 3 shells. So if you have 2 in the tube and 1 in the chamber. And then we also want to just highlight being safe. So always have the muzzle pointed in a safe direction, whether you think the gun's unloaded or not. Anytime you're handling a firearm, just make sure it's pointed in a safe direction. And then just be aware of other hunters, people, buildings, out while you're hunting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, yeah, some good safety tips for sure. We hadn't really planned on talking about this. I wanted to get that dove season in, but let's talk about deer. We live in the city limits here in Eden, and deer wandering through our front yard and backyard all the time. Where are we in the deer population? Anything you can share with us there we need to know? I know there seem to be a lot of them around.
Yeah, absolutely. So are you saying within the city limits there?
Yeah, well, what do we need to know about deer? Are there, more than usual, it seems like it right here in our yard, seems like it is, or I know there are certain things you do during the year and hunting and all of that. Is there anything we need to know about the deer population around the state? Yeah,
so the archery season for the central deer season, which we're in, will be September 11th. The black powder comes in October 30th, and then regular gun and rifle season will come in November 13th.
Okay, so that's coming up. So that'll probably take care of some of the deer population for sure.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I also just wanted to touch on CWD as something that we're looking at, because there's cases in the states all around us in Virginia, and especially being there in Rockingham County, so you're close to the state line. So just being on the lookout for like you said, there's a large deer population. So anytime you see a deer or harvest a deer, we encourage you to look and see if there's a deer check station near you, that it can get tested for CWD.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I don't know. So what is CWD?
CWD is chronic wasting disease. And like I said, it's in the states all around us, and especially Virginia there. So it's just a disease that is traveling through the deer population right now. We don't have any confirmed cases in North Carolina yet, and we're just trying to be proactive in that and make sure it doesn't reach here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. So thank you. I learned something on that. I never heard the term CWD. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that. Well, is there anything else we need to mention? You've covered some really good things here. Is there something else we need to cover before we finish up, Kristofer?
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to encourage people, to go boating this weekend. Dove hunting is a big social aspect. We definitely encourage people to get out, but just doing it in a safe manner. So alcohol in operation never mixes well, making sure you have all the safety equipment. And then if you go dove hunting or goose hunting or anytime you're hunting, handling a firearm, just being safe, having muzzle control, and just being aware of your surroundings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow, excellent advice. And just practice all of those safety rules and regulations out there, and you'll be okay. Well, Kristofer,
Yes,
it's good to get acquainted. I'm excited that you're new there with the North Carolina Wildlife Commission, and wish you much success. Hope all goes well. Welcome aboard.
All right. Thank you. Thank you again for having me.
Good to talk to you, too. We'll talk again. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All righty, talking to Kristofer Blakenship. He recently became a wildlife officer, a North Carolina wildlife officer, graduating back in July. So I wanted you to get acquainted with him, and also some very important information there as we look at this holiday weekend and boating and hunting safety tips and some of the upcoming hunting seasons that I wanted you to be aware of as well. All right, so thanks to you for tuning in, and you can get more information. I mentioned it right at the beginning. Just go on Facebook, and they keep this Facebook page current. It's just always a good resource, a good tool to find out what's going on around the state. And on Facebook, it's easy to find NC Wildlife Resources Commission.